Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick and today we're going to be checking out something called Kitty Can Fly. It's one of those games that sort of defies exact genre conventions, and we're just going to call it an action game for today, but I could also see people calling it a casual game, although that also opens up a whole realm of subclassifications. But anyway, I would most liken this to a thing that I've run into on mobile before called Berserk Ball, where essentially you fire, in this case, your kitty out of a cannon to try and rack up as many points as possible, get it to go as far as possible, and then spend your points on shop upgrades to then continuously try to get further. It's very, very addictive, and it's the type of game that, if it's free, you can easily sink like an hour into it without even noticing, and there's really nothing holding you back, since, like I said, it is free in this case. So why don't we start it up, we'll give it a few runs and see what kind of progress we can make here. So this is the main area where you're going to be picking your trajectory and your pressure of how far you're going to launch this kitten, and we will see how things go. I feel bad that he's sort of crying. It's not one of those cases where you're hurting the kitten, though. He just makes a silly sound when he hits the ground, but it just makes me feel bad for him. So click and release. And the higher you get on that green bar, the better you do. Now, we want to be shooting for those little kitten heads as we go, and then if you hold down your mouse click, you're actually going to be able to get a little bit of like a hover function as your red bar runs out, as you probably noticed. So let's see what we have. I have a bunch of cat heads here. There's a cat coin sigils, or whatever we're calling them, from a couple of prior runs. But we can upgrade things like cannon power, energy capacity, energy regen. So for like the hover, we can actually get a bit of a better hover. Then we've got some permanent upgrades here, which are a lot more expensive. Permanent power-up for Bouncy Kitty, so maybe when you hit the ground, you don't always lose on the first go. Start next round with a rocket, so that's, I assume, just for one round, so you probably have to buy that each time. And start next round with indicators, so probably telling you where all the power-ups are if you're shooting for a particular thing. Then over on the far left, we've actually got a number of cosmetic upgrades, in this case, 5 other skins that you can pick up if you prefer a different look for your kitty. Oh, there's a tuxedo and a Siamese, isn't that nice? But yeah, then basically just these are going to be your bread and butter. So I'm going to pick up a couple of them, and I'm kind of sad that there's not a ton of power-ups. One of the things that makes these sorts of games last for ages is generally just that the upgrades are very numerous, and it usually takes substantially more each time to be able to make a dent, and I'll just buy one of each for the moment. So we're going to go for click and perfect. No, I was hoping for perfect. So you get a big energy bonus if you can get a perfect on that. Oh, and it sounds like the music is actually changing up a little bit, which is great. Oh, I hit a springboard or something, so we're going to go a little bit further. So how did we do there? We got a distance of 328 and a height of 82. So each one of those has a high score, and of course you get a resulting corresponding amount of cat icon sigils, or whatever coins we're calling them. There is also a visible marker if you pass one of these points in the actual game, which is kind of a nice feature that I really appreciate when they do that. It's nice to be able to see something to let you know that you're on the right track to doing better, especially, like, very frustrating in a kind of a good way when you get very close but don't quite make it across the threshold. So if you don't have that visual indicator, well, you're not going to be able to tell. So I guess that power-up I had was like a bouncy power-up, which is going to give me the ability to bounce one more time and not lose. There's my distance, and I fell just short. Oh no, wait, that was height? I don't understand. Oh, I guess it's just saying no, it's the high score for distance, which was 471. Oh, I got the record there. I guess it counts wherever the end of your tail is, or your legs or something. Fair enough, so we got a few more coins. Let's take another shot here. I really want to get it perfect so you can see what that looks like. Yeah, there we go. Great little chiptunes music as well, and the soundtrack, in addition to the game being free, is also available on Game Jolt. And it says there's also a definitive Android version too, so if you have an Android device, you might want to go grab that. I'm going to see if this maybe ends up working on my NVIDIA Shield at some point. This is the type of game that I could easily get into. Oh, I hit the springboard. Gives me a little bit more bounce. And, well, my floating ability is real bad, so I didn't really make much progress on that. But I did get a new record there, so we got our new high score for distance is 684, and our height is not quite where it needs to be just yet. Let's see if we can buy another couple things here. What was the big passive we wanted? Permanent Bouncy Kitty for 1,000. That's a little ways away yet. And then the other two, they say, well, okay, that one says permanent, the others don't say that, so I just assume they're all grouped like that, and they're not. Let's go for another cannon power, and Another cannon power. Let's just go all in on cannon power. See what this does for us. Oh, well, I went for another perfect. No luck today. And what are the indicators we've got going on? I guess one of them is speed. One of them is... oh, well, height, obviously, which went back to 0, but then the distance, I guess, is just showing where you're at the moment. Not against your high score, unfortunately, but yeah, you can memorize that as you start each round. Well, also, it just shows you here, doesn't it? It seems like they've thought of just about everything you could really need, and, you know, the graphics are very simplistic, but I think they definitely get the job done. I also saw some screenshots where it looked like the kitty was going up into space and things, so I assume you can probably get enough power-ups to really make a substantial difference from one run to another, which is great. One of the nice things I thought about Berserk Ball was the way that the game sort of ratcheted out, especially with the second one, where, like, you would knock the character that you're trying to have fly as far as possible. You'd, like, knock it past the end of the screen, and then there'd be different visual areas to jump to, which is kind of cool. And it's also a great game, because even if you do a terrible run or have a terrible go at it, you'll still get a bunch more cat coins, so then you can go and spend them on the store eventually. So even if you have a bunch in a row that are terrible, there's still some sort of incremental progression, or you could just get lucky and just have a particularly great shot out of nowhere that you might end up just hitting into, you know, a bunch of cat coins or a power-up or something, and all of a sudden what looked to be a terrible run could turn out to be a pretty okay one. So it's sort of like playing a, you know, a slot machine, a roulette, or a pachinko or something like that. You just end up randomly striking it rich before you expect to, or really have any reason to believe that you're about to. You know, positive, good feelings for that kind of thing. Also, good sense of momentum when the cat takes off out of the cannons. Crazy inertia lines, and like you're busting through gravity or something, the pressure on the top of the cat's head. I wish he got up and walked at the end, though. I feel bad that he's laying there on the ground. It's the second time I've expressed sympathy for this poor kitty from a cannon who seems to be... I don't know, I think he enjoys the flying part, at least. Alright, let's go for predominantly an upshot. And I'm trying to coast at the top of it to maybe run into a balloon or something. The more distance you can get, generally, the more you'll be able to get hover. So I was thinking that would probably pay off. Another bad run. I do have enough to buy yet another cannon power, but I think I should probably go for more energy, capacity, and energy... well, I'll just buy this one, otherwise I would have had a weird number of power-ups left. Like I said, these games are very, very addictive. I didn't even plan on playing it this long necessarily for the video, but, you know, that's what happens. Oh, I just barely missed that rocket. Oh, I got that one. How do I use it? Oh, I just click on it. Okay. Oh, man, go, kitty, go! Well, I broke my new height record. Looks like we're up into the stratosphere here. I was kind of hoping there'd be, like, bigger denomination cat symbols. Oh, we've reached the crossing of the two, and yeah, we're going straight down on this one. No chance I'm going to be able to pull out of that top spin. And yeah. Still, new records have been set. I got a nice amount of cat coins there. 39 from one and 42 from the other. Which, that alone is enough to be able to buy some more energy regen. Maybe we'll do another one or two more shots. And then we'll move on. As you can see, I definitely enjoy games like this. We got another rocket. So that's great news. That's going to be easy regen, and we hit a fan on the way as well. And keep it going. Oh, I wish I got that shield. If I was a little bit more strategic with my clicking, I probably could have gotten that. I picked up a cupcake. I guess that probably refills my... oh, I missed all the freaking power-ups. Probably refilled my energy, I'm guessing, is what the cupcake was about. Just like a real cupcake might. Yeah, I don't have enough energy to do much of anything. Every time I see something I want to run into, I don't have enough to turn on a dime like that because of the downward momentum. So we're now going past 1,000. And you'll see that the scaling on games like this tends to work out really nicely as well. You know, you get further into the game, everything requires higher amounts to get to, but you also seem to be right around that threshold where you just kind of get them naturally anyway. Alright, so 3, 2, 1, and blast off! Oh, well, we went for a long shot on this one. It's looking like that's probably not going to work out too well, though. Hit the balloon. Okay, that's a good start. Hit the other balloon. Yep. Now let's keep hitting balloons. Hit the rocket would be great, too. Hit the fan. Okay, I could take that. And anything else? Just trying to avoid going completely vertical. Oh, that balloon would have been fantastic, but it's not going to happen. And I think that's going to be GG on that one. Where are we at now? 209. I'm going to do one more. I really don't want to stop playing this, as you can probably tell. Alright, one more in cannon power. Yeah, perfect shot to go out on. Fantastic. So we hit a fan, we hit a balloon, and if we get all of those effects working in conjunction with each other, there could be some really nice kitty synergy happening. Well, alright. That kind of expired faster than I would have expected. What do the hearts do? I don't think I've picked up one of those, have I? Oh, well. Looks like that one came to a pretty quick end. Anyway, I think that's going to pretty much do it for Kitty Can Fly. If you want to go check this out, link is going to be right in the description. Go give it a play. Let me know if you can get to the end of all the power-ups. I assume that's probably what I'm going to be doing as soon as I'm done recording this. I'm also not sure if this is going to save, so I might have to start over again, but who cares? It's real easy to build back up again, and it's awfully fun. So give it a try. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like on it, because it helps me out quite a bit, and also consider checking out some of my other links in the description as well. You can check out my Facebook page for the series, or my Twitter handle, or even my Twitch TV account, where you can come see me stream on occasion. And of course, indie-impressions.com, where we've got nearly 800 episodes of Indie Impressions. So if you're in the mood for checking out some other indie games, there is nearly, well, we're getting to the better part of 1,000 other videos now that you can look at. So, you know, let me know what you think about all of that stuff. And of course, I will see you back again tomorrow, because there's a new episode of Indie Impressions up every single day. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a fantastic night. Talk to you later.